start off the day. Can you look into your own eyes? Yeah. Maybe while you're daydreaming, eh? But other than like looking in a mirror, you can't really look in your own eyes. But if you're daydreaming, you're kind of like, you're looking inward, aren't you? Because you're viewing something that isn't happening in front of you. And that's probably the closest to looking in your own eyes that you're going to get. Because when you look in your reflection, that's not, like, you're not seeing you. It's like, it's an inverted version of yourself. Interesting thoughts. With conclusion comes resolution. Ponder on that for a minute. With conclusion comes resolution. If you conclude something in your mind, you know, you wrap a nice neat bow around it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying there. How are you? Hope you're good. Sorry, a bit of a random start. I've had a very interesting weekend. A lot of revelations. Do you know what a revelation is? It's like when something becomes really abundantly apparent to you all of a sudden, something you never knew before, and just out of nowhere, all the pieces click, and then just revelation. You ever had revelation in your life? I'd love to hear some comments. I'd love to read some comments. I don't know if you can't hear a comment unless someone reads it to you. Hey, one of our videos got a dislike. I'm into that. Keep that shit up. Just if you just a like, a dislike, a comment, whatever. As long as you're interacting, then I can figure it out. If there's no interaction, then it literally is just me talking to myself. We can't have that. So dislikes are just as good as likes because it shows me that someone's paying attention. What else? You know, I'm not supposed to be smoking on here. I walked in with a dart, and so here I am. I'm smoking. Baby steps. Yeah, a lot of revelation this weekend. And it's good, you know, like, man, I feel so much healing in my, like, to my core. And sometimes you have revelations that really, they can inspire forgiveness in your heart too. You know, it's some people that I was pretty dark on for a while. And part of this revelation I've had over the weekend was releasing that. And, man, it feels good. It feels like a weight off my shoulders, eh? But, man, I had the biggest, ugliest cry of my life the other night. Like, I felt bad for the neighbours. It was that bad. But it was good. It was necessary. And I just kind of leaned into it and let myself feel it. And then, revelations, baby. Revelations. That's the word of the day, revelations. Yeah, it's interesting all that, eh? Like, I don't know, it's just changed my perspective on things, you know? Like, I'm not necessarily a man of faith, or I'm just a guy figuring it out. I've said that before, and I'll keep saying it. But really, yeah, this past weekend has definitely got me thinking about what comes before and what comes after, you know? I was talking a little bit last time about escaping the simulation, escaping the matrix. But that's not a physical thing, you know? That's a mind game. Or, you know, maybe not a mind game, but that happens in your mind, you know? It's you and your mind working together to to find a conclusion so you can have a resolution. Well, whatever. What else? Been watching, haven't been watching much. Just kind of been watching my own life in my mind's eye. And, what's that called? Like, chakras? I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll stop talking about that. What's going on with you, Bradley?
I've been making some more content.
Yo, Bradley's TikTok is popping off right now. He was just explaining to me before we started that that he's been utilizing hashtags, and I need to do the same. Sometimes I feel like such a fucking old fuddy-duddy on technology. Like, I'll just upload it. But you gotta have your hashtags, eh? Your hashtags and your mentions and all that shit. Bradley, what's your handle so people can check you out?
Brad FHQ. That's the username.
Brad FHQ. Look it up.
It's mostly just rugby league content. That's what I usually.
If you like rugby league, you will like his content. Yeah. I'll tell you what, this winter shit's kind of getting old, eh? It's been freezing, and I bought myself 3 sweaters online, and I thought I was getting a real good deal, and they arrived today. It wasn't a good deal. This shit's so thin. This is one of them, and it's so thin. It's like t-shirt material. So that's what you get when you're shopping on Shein and all that, eh? Those fucking websites. But you know what? I've gotten better shit than this off of Temu for less. So make it make sense. What else? Playing a bit of Fortnite last night. That was all good. I still suck. But somehow we're like level 22 on there. Don't know how that's happened. Or maybe you can still level up but still suck. Don't know. It's so much build up to this episode, like especially with all my revelations. But I can't really talk about them because they're quite deep and personal, and you don't want to hear all my bullshit. But I think the point I'm trying to get across is looking inward to heal, eh? Like looking inward, not blaming other people for shit that's happened to you. Like, it goes back to what I've been saying since day one on this podcast, like accountability, gratitude, justice, all these things, are gonna help each of us on our own individual journeys. And whatever hurt you're harboring, or pain or madness or, thoughts of revenge, like revenge doesn't get you anywhere. Revenge only leaves a bitter taste in your own mouth, because revenge in itself is an act that is perpetrated with rage and hate. And a good friend of mine said that the best revenge is no revenge. And if someone's been a shit cunt in your life, peace be with them, You just carry on your own journey, brother. Because, holding vendettas, holding grudges, harboring that sick shit in your heart, like, it's only hurting you. And, I've had a bit of that in my life where I've just held on to some dark feelings on some people for a time, and they don't give a fuck. Their life's carrying on all good, So why should I? Why should I let that hold me back? So I'm kind of done with that now. No more thoughts of revenge. No more fucking dark clouds. Like, just keep it light. Keep it light. Keep it fresh. Keep it funky fresh. Yeah. What else? The Warriors got fucking smoked in the weekend, eh? Gutted. Right at the last minute, too. You're probably still feeling that a bit, Bradley. Yeah. I never been into sports, until the past couple of years. But I'm not a competitive person, so like playing sports or watching it, like I'm out there watching it for the enjoyment. I don't really care who wins. And same with playing, like it's just having a good run around or whatever. I don't care if we win or not. And man, you really do get to tell the people who do care when you're in that environment. Maybe someone should make that like a league specifically for people who aren't competitive and don't care, like they're just in it for the fun. But then I feel like that would be the worst to watch. Just nothing would happen. Drop the ball and that. Oh well, should go get a beer. What's the talks about us having FBI in this country? I've heard some chat about that, about our new government's, well, our new government, they've been in for a minute, but our current government, I should say, they're talking about bringing some fucking FBI up in here. What good is that going to do? And old mate Luxon fucking was doing a rant on some socials, talking about how we need more, like crime and punishment, punish those who have done crimes. Where's the talk of rehabilitation? Not everyone who is a criminal is a bad person, You got to look at each individual and their circumstances. But then obviously we don't have enough people in the right places to do that. It's all fucked. I've talked about that a little while ago, getting my car broken into again. I don't hate those people. I'm not mad at them. I feel sorry for them. They probably needed my shit more than I do. Well, no, not more than I need my shit. But, you know what I mean? Thieves only steal shit for a reason. Unless you're like a klepto. But that's different. If you're a kleptomaniac and you're just stealing shit randomly, willy-nilly, that's, you got deeper issues. But if you're stealing because, the rent's due, or because you ain't got a car, and you need to get to mahi or whatever, yeah, it's hard out there. It's hard right now. It's hard out here for a pimp. You ever seen that, Hustle and Flow? You seen that one, Bradley?
No, I don't think I have.
Man, Hustle and Flow is good. He's got this crack dealer, and he bumps into his old high school buddy. I think he's a crack dealer and a pimp. And he bumps into his old high school buddy, and he's got the raps, and then his old high school buddy got the beats, and so they start working on an album together, and the whole goal is bro's trying to drop his demo off with the local big shot rapper, and wow, their meeting ends up taking a turn, and Big Bad Man ends up in jail. But when he goes to jail, his hoes put his demo out to the radios, and then he gets big. And I have a feeling, I don't know if I'm right, but I have a feeling that the show Empire was like maybe a spin-off of that movie. I don't know. Terrence Howard, though, had the bro Terrence, who's now a scientist. And that's pretty crazy that you could go from hustle and flow to being a scientist. Hard out here for a pimp. My dear friend Taylor gifted me a Jimi Hendrix banner, and I'm really looking forward to putting it up in here. I'm trying to figure out where. Maybe in that corner, I think. But it's gonna look tough. It'd be good for you too, because like, you know, when the camera's on me, you see this cool funky shit behind me, but when it's on whoever my guest is, they just got plain white walls. And a few people have brought it up now. They're like, it'd be nice to have something to look at. Initially, my reaction was like, well, look at the fucking guest I have on. But, you know, maybe they might get sick of looking at the guest. I don't know. But even just for me, it'd be nice to be staring at a red, like, Jimmy banner up there. Yeah, I don't know. The sky's the limit. And a bit of soundproofing, that'll be one of the next steps too. Because I'm still noticing a bit of echo when we have a guest on. But you got to make the most with what you got, eh? That's like anything, you know, any creative venture or outlet that you might have. You really just got to do the best with what you got. Otherwise, you know, if you're striving for perfection off the bat, fuck no, you're destined to fail, or you'll never do it. And never doing it is yeah. Never doing it's much worse than trying and failing. But we're not about failure here. This is why we're still going. 27 episodes strong. That was it was a tough lesson I learnt recently. I took the advice of a friend, and I ended up deleting a bunch of my episodes because they weren't quote-unquote marketable. And in hindsight, you know, like, I'm out here marketing myself. And I guess you got to kind of take me as I am, which includes those episodes I deleted. It's a tough lesson to learn, but it is what it is, you know, carry on, move forward. But I think that's probably the last time I'll let myself be compromised in this. Because I think the best way to go forward is to be my authentic self. And whether or not you're watching, whether or not you're into what I'm saying, you know, the right people eventually will see. But we've also got the Patreon now, so if I want to make something fucked up, I can just put it on there and hopefully get paid for it. That'd be rad. Yeah, I've got a mental note. Hey, I'm owing Bradley a bit at the minute. I'm in debt to Bradley. Oh dear, we'll get there. Shit. Got a couple of cool guests coming up soon. Hopefully, the next 3 weeks, I believe, we're gonna have some cool guests. Yeah, that's all you need to know about that right now. Okay. Katie Tupper. She's an artist I discovered earlier this year. She's popping off. I think she's Canadian, but she's got this really like velvety, deep voice, and had her music in my head all day. Give her a look, give her a listen, give her some support. I ain't got much to report really. Like I'm still kind of in the throes of my revelations. It's a crazy thing though, you know, to have that experience, you know, to like, I don't know, almost have your eyes open to something you never knew. But man, it's good. It's a good feeling. Shit. Nah, fuck, I ain't got much today. Nah, not a lot. Just on a personal journey of growth. Kind of, I guess how we all are. same, but different, you know? Like, yeah. But, I was talking about that last time, escaping the Matrix and making a bit of, I don't know, utilizing your time. Like, I don't know, you don't want to get to the end of the road and be like, what the fuck did I do with my time? But the world's kind of designed to make us live that way, you know? Like, we're a prisoner to our phones. We're a prisoner to our jobs. Fucking work these bullshit hours, 5 days on, 2 days off. And then sometimes you work through the weekend too. What's it fucking for, And I got some friends now, they're deciding they don't want to have kids. So what's the fucking point? I'm never going to see them. Can't afford to have them. Can barely afford to house them, let alone send them, to daycare and shit. And it's true, man. It's hard work having extra mouths to feed, especially in this climate. Motherfuckers can't afford basic dairy items. Can't be raising kids out here like that. I got another friend, She got 2 small kids at home, a solo mother, on a benefit. She makes more than I do working my fucking job. That's not to say that, I don't wish that she wasn't getting that. It just seems ludicrous that I have to work like 46 hours to not even make that. But, hopefully something will change, something will improve. I've talked about that before, like life's kind of, life's on an equilibrium. And sometimes the equilibrium, it has to be upset for things to change. And all across the world, I see it right now, like we're heading towards something dark. And divisions are being made more than ever before, like people don't want war, these pointless fucking wars, like we're living in the future, dudes in the 50s thought we'd be flying around in cars and shit, living like the Jetsons now, but we're still fucking genociding people, and there's still child trafficking, and there's, it's like all the same shit, but just more sophisticated in how we do it now. And isn't that fucked? That like we're living in the future, and the future is about as barbaric as it's ever been. With the exception that we don't bludgeon each other to death with clubs and shit anymore. But to be honest, like, there's probably a market for that somewhere. Kind of like how they, like the whole war and everything. It's all on the internet. People are filming it. You gotta know where to look. And people crave that. They crave seeing violence and depravity and sickness. And then, think back to simpler times where, you could just exist, without the worry of what's going on in the world. You only really know about what's happening in front of you. I don't know. Leave a comment. What's the best decade? Because it sure as shit ain't the one we're in right now. And you know who can fuck off? Katy Perry. Just saying. I don't even need to say why. And I won't. But Katy Perry, if you ever see this, fuck you. What else? Yeah. Stay strong, eh? You just stay together. Find your people, love them, cherish them. Hopefully they'll do the same for you. Yeah. But all in all, it's a good time to be alive too, Like, yeah, we know more than we've ever known. And yeah, it's scary. And yeah, no one knows what the fuck to believe. But what's really cool is that if I want to, I can call my friend who's, thousands of kilometers away and instantly speak to them, or I don't know. But we're living in the fucking future, man. It shouldn't be all doom and gloom. It should be exciting. Like when they first brought out the iPhone. That was exciting times. It's not like that anymore. I wonder what back in the day would have been like. Like when dudes were going around like selling the idea of the wheel. Like cavemen and shit. They're like, and it rolls. Dudes would have been freaking out. Take my firstborn child. I saw a meme years ago. It was about the invention of toast. And the caption was, cook it again. Because you're already baking the bread. And then you're just cooking it again. I tried that recently with French toast. It's not the same. You can't fry that shit in the pan and then put it in the toaster. It really does nothing. It just makes it more hot. I was kind of hoping it'd make it crispy or none of that. Just more hot. Yeah. Well, I'll do one last little peruse, see if I got any notes. Otherwise, I might have to leave you lovely people to it for the evening. Pod notes. Nah, we've covered those pod notes. Any other pod notes? Booze poos. It's a fresh start. That's true. You gotta empty that shit out of your body. No, that's about it. Yeah. Guess we'll call it. But yeah. Send me some comments if you watch this. And let me know what sort of shit you might want to see on the Patreon. Yeah. Gonna start making some moves in the correct direction. But we need your help, Mr. or Miss Consumer Viewer, because otherwise I'm just going to make the shit that I want to make. Which, yeah, actually, fuck you, don't comment. I'm going to make the shit I want to make. There, how about that? Nah, not fuck you, thank you. Yeah. All right, have a good night and have a good week, and I'll see you next week. And that's the way it goes.